All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Rathas our Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. Mr. Brother Shawab Omen back at you with another lesson and going into the title in Omen, Harbingers of Death. Okay. And the inspiration comes from these videos I came across on TikTok, all right, concerning crows. And it's also crazy because lately around my house during the day, there be mad crows like everywhere around this parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Are just flying around this area a lot, and there be a lot of what do you call them? Turkey vultures. And it's crazy because through the spirit it just reminds me of what's to come. All right, a lot of death. Okay, and the Lord is preparing. Uh, what is it in the scriptures? It talks about is preparing a feast for the fowls of the air. You see, and not only that, with these different videos that I came across on TikTok, crows actually represent an omen. You know, they're called harbingers of death for a reason. Okay. Matter of fact, let's grab that. Why are crows called harbingers of death?
Crows are seen as harbingers of death because they scavenge, appearing at places like battlefields, and their black feathers symbolize darkness. Their eerie calls and intelligence also contribute to superstitions, with some cultures believing they carry souls or decide fates, as seen
Yeah.
in
See,
Celtic
we're gonna
myths.
go with that. But see, they represent darkness, all right, and we're in a time where it's getting very dark. All right, we're in the shadow of death out here. Okay, America itself is about to experience a very dark time and a lot of death. You see, but it's also I believe it's called the murder too. When you see lots of crows in one area, it's called the murder. Okay, but as a matter of fact, yep, it says it right here. Why is a group of crows called a murder? You see, it says one theory suggests that it is coined due to the crow's association with death and the supernatural in medieval folk lore, which we could care less about that. All right, but you know, they definitely are an omen. It represents a dark time. It basically means something bad is gonna happen. Okay, so you be seeing a lot of crows around different areas because of what's about to come to America. You see, let's see. Let me grab the videos that I have found. Okay, and this ain't the first time, man. This is man. I done came across a lot of videos, and I've done videos. I mean, yeah, and I've done a lot of videos within the past based on crows. But it seems like every year there's always a certain time where they come around, all right, and they be coming out more and more. You see, but let me grab the
I am willing to cover
videos.
grenades. You ready for this? They came so quick today.
What the hell is
Today
she
on the
talking
menu, we
about?
got
Hold on, I'm trying to get to my profile. There you go. So this was December 12th, 2025. So you're talking about what's today's date? So this was almost about a month ago. It is about a month ago. All right, because today's the 16th. Damn, time is flying already in the first year. I mean, this year to just 2026, man. To see the Lord is speeding up the days for the elect's sake. All right, but it says something bad. Actually, there's two different ones I got. It says something bad is coming. Can you feel it? 2026. All right, let's grab this. Like all them crows in the air. That's wild right there. That's literally wild right there. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'll get a better picture of that. Here it goes.
Either the earth is broken or there's something very weird going on. And I guarantee you it's all related. Come right back to all this stuff. So first off, we have these animals going crazy, not just the birds. And if you're not new here, you know this always happens before something big happens. So all these crows in DC and this, but before we go over this, the white lynx, which showed up for the first time ever in October, is back now. Certain cultures say it's some kind of
And that white lynx, hey, scriptures talk about
this was actually the craziest of all because the
scriptures talk about newly created creatures. All right, let's grab that real quick. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon. I think it's, I want to say the 11th chapter. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of newly created creatures that you're going to see in these last days. All right, because it's of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Hold on. Yeah, this is 11 and take it from 15. It says, but the foolish devices of their wicked, no, actually it goes down a little bit more. 17. It says, for thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. You see, so you're gonna have newly created creatures. You see, you're gonna see animals, all right, that you've never seen before in these last days, all right, shooting out horrible sparkles out of their eyes. You see, breathing, breathing out either a fiery vapor or a filthy sense of scattered smoke. You see, so the Lord ain't playing, man. The Lord gonna bring out in these last days things you ain't never seen with animals. Vivid apparitions. Okay, all these things represent things, man. All right, represents the times that we're in, the end. Okay, so yeah, that lynx, that white lynx that I've seen a couple videos on it, basically just popped out of nowhere. It's like uncalled for. It's very rare to actually see a white lynx. All right, and that's just the Lord showing you what time it is, man. All right, but back to this video. All right, them crows that were in the sky, it was crazy because they were making mad lines and they were all going crazy, going different directions.
Broken or there's something very weird going on.
Look at that.
And I guarantee you it's all related. Come right back to all this stuff. So first off, we have these animals going crazy, not just the birds. And if you're not new here, you know this always happens before something big happens. So all these crows in DC and in this, but before we go over this, the white lynx, which showed up for the first time ever in October, is back now.
Look at all them lines, yo.
Some kind of messenger of what? I guess we'll find out. But this one's actually the craziest of all because the person who took the video said that they heard a knock at the door and no one was there and they saw this in the sky. So something knocked so they could get their attention. Crows in DC, crows in this area, and also why is it pink in Iowa? Then what happened in Iowa? This is what it looked like in Iowa right before they basically got gridlocked. And it's not just Iowa going through this. There is snowy madness everywhere, way more than usual. And just one day earlier, this right here is what it looked like in the sky of Iraq. It's Iraq. Shut up. Iraq. So everything is frequency and vibration. What kind of frequency could cause this color? And I kid you not, while everything was turning pink, look at the shooting frequency, but moreover, the solar flare, the energy in our atmosphere. It always seems to match, right? I didn't block your ad, some lowlife on Twitter did. Now this right here looks exactly like the movie Zootopia 2. I've been meaning to make a video on that because it's really weird how everything behind the wall, they turn the power off and it turned to ice. Took my kids to the movie, and when I saw that, it's all I could think about. But I'll make that video later.
Forget about that. Just them crows was, that's the main focal point of my videos, the crows. All right. And let me grab me another scripture. This is the hell, somebody at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, pulling up. Give me 1 second, Salaki. Somebody looking suspect pulling up my shit. Some weirdos, man. Anyway, let's go back to Second Ezra's. This is Second Ezra's. Damn, that shit threw me off. Second Ezra's 9. That's what I wanted, and 5. And it says, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. You see, the end is clear to us. Even so, the times of the even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful, and endings in effects and signs. So, seeing things like that, newly created creatures, unknown beasts that you have never seen, Shalom Malak Yehovah Shem Shah Brakatah, newly created creatures, unknown beasts, bunch of crows all over the area. These are just signs of the end. These are signs that the Lord leaves us to show you what time it is, man. Okay. Now, like I said, a group of crows, all right, means a murder. They're called a murder. All right, because that's what's going to happen to America. America's about to be murdered out here. Okay. And it's an omen at the end of the day. And crows are harbingers, you see, of death. All right. And they're actually one of the smartest birds in the world. All right. I believe the smartest one is the raven above the crow. But crows and ravens, they're all smart. All right. And like I said, you've been seeing around my way, around my house, there's been a lot of crows, a lot of turkey vultures. And every time I see them, it just reminds me of the supper that the Lord has, that he's about to prepare for these fowls of the air. All right, let's grab that. This is Revelations, I think it's in 19. All right, Revelations 19. Yep, this is 19 and 17. And it says, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying, to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, you see, of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. Okay, because remember, the scriptures talk about when this place gets annihilated. All right, let's grab this. This is Isaiah 34, and let's grab it from 8. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right, so Isaiah the 34th chapter is talking about when America gets annihilated by the thermonuclear missiles. And it says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation it shall lie waste, and none shall pass through it forever and ever. And from generation to generation means, just for a very long time. Okay. It says, but the cormorant, all right, and this is how you know it's America, because the cormorant is native to North America. So the only place, I'm sure you could find it somewhere else because people like to take, animals and bring them to other countries, and then that's how they end up in those other countries. Okay. But when I did research on the cormorant is native to North America. So its original birthplace is North America. And that's how that's a sign right there to tell you that Isaiah 34 is talking about America being, annihilated. It says, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. And those type of birds are birds that you see, in empty places where there's been death. You see, these ain't exotic birds. You see, you ain't gonna find no exotic bird in America after it gets annihilated. This place is just gonna be a place for crows, ravens, vultures. You see, so when you see a lot of when I see crows, that's what it reminds me of. Crows and ravens, vultures, turkey vultures around my way, it just reminds me of the death that's about to be here in America. All right. And this is gonna be that place to live it up, right? Because it says it right here. It says, they shall call to the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, and nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof. And it shall be an habitation of dragons, and a court for owls. You see? And owls have always been spooky to me. You know what I'm saying? Owls, you find them in the middle of the night. They hooing, in the middle of the woods. But it'd be scary as hell. And that's how it's gonna be in America. It's gonna be a court for owls, you know, where they go sit there and turn their heads by themselves, because it's gonna be a empty place. It says, the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satcher shall cry to his fellow, and the screech owl also shall rest there and find herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay and hatch and gather under the shadow. There shall gather and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. You see? So this is just gonna be a place of just straight wild beasts of the desert, wild beasts of the island, and a bunch of birds, man, a bunch of fowls, all right, that are pretty much, harbingers of death. You see? And they're gonna and they're gonna have a feast over here. So going back to, all right, Revelations 19, all right, it says that they may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses. So basically all these kings and captains and mighty men that were once in power, you see, because horses represent power, you know, and of them that sit on them, you see, and those that were once in power, okay, here in America, all right, they're gonna be dead carcasses out here. They're gonna be meat for the fowls of the heaven, of heaven, right? It says, in the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. Yeah, because those that ended up taking the MOTB, all right, they're gonna be annihilated, man. They're gonna be destroyed by the thermonuclear missiles, man. You see, it says, and I saw a beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse. Yeah, I didn't have to go to that. The point was at 18. All right, because it's talking about going into uh yeah, that's a whole different part right there. All right, but still, man, that's listen. Let me show you another video. All right, this is hold on. Trying to bring it up now. Today we're partnering with Charmin to teach Jenna. Oh my gosh. Fucking TikTok is so corny. Just goes into random videos and shit. Don't even let me get to my damn videos. It's crazy. So this is the other video right here. Downtown Portland Crows, December 12, 2025. Here we go. No, it's not.
Look at this. This is what it's like in downtown Portland right now. It's so loud.
Shit's just tripping. He's not responding. Look at all these damn birds, yo.
I feel live chat. I'm literally gonna get pooped on. I'm gonna get pooped on. Like I need an umbrella or something.
Yo, what's up with this damn TikTok, bro? Look at all them birds.
This is what it's like.
Yo, TikTok tripping right now. All right, let's see what else. I think I have one more. And actually, yo, that was spiritual too, because me talking about that there've been a lot of crows around my house and vultures. I ran across a video, and that should be weird as hell. How you be thinking about something or just talking about something, and it comes up with a video. All right, check this out. If it plays. Come on, bro. For real. Yeah, I gotta back out. It's probably because my phone's about to die. That's why. It's definitely why. Give me 1 second. It's loading up. This is the most annoying thing right now. All right. So this is the other one. Oh, man. Yo, that's wild right now. Shit kicking me off of damn TikTok and everything. Ain't nothing but Satan right now. It's that 3 o'clock mark.
Predicted that January 15th, 2026, the world.
There we go.
If a crow.
Oh man. I can't mess with this shit right now, bro. Hold on. This shit just keeps kicking me off. And I mean, I got 10% battery, so it can't be fully the damn phone. It's just kicking me off. Hold on, let me try it one more time. Hopefully, it don't kick me off.
If a crow has suddenly started appearing in your daily life, showing up in your yard or flying over your car, you need to stop and pay attention.
And that's crazy because that's what's been happening.
These intelligent birds are a bad omen, but they are actually powerful spiritual messengers with an urgent message for you. A crow is a sign of magic, transformation, and a shift in consciousness. Let me explain. Crows exist in the space between light and dark, seeing secrets that others cannot. When one appears to you, it is a sign that a major life change is imminent. It is the universe telling you that you are about to undergo a deep personal transformation. The crow is your guide through this period, encouraging you to be fearless and to trust your intuition. It is a sign that you have the inner strength and wisdom to navigate whatever is coming your way. It is also a call to look beyond the surface of a situation and see the hidden truth. The crow's appearance is a confirmation that you are spiritually protected and that you have the ability to manifest the reality you desire. So do not fear the crow. Instead, thank it for its guidance and be ready to embrace the magic and transformation it brings into your life. If a crow
So it's, at the end of the day, we could care less about these philosophies, you know what I'm saying? Because everything's about Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, and the doctrine. But, you know, you got to learn how to, you know, chew the meat and spit out the bones out of certain things. You know, the fact that it said it, it shows that there's a transformation and a shift, you know. That's definite. That's definite right there. There's a transformation and a shift being done right now. We're going from a shift of an old world order to a new world order. The Lord is about to, make a transition from, the end of Esau, right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So right now the Lord is transitioning powers basically, because of unrighteous dealings and riches gotten by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see, so the Lord is definitely making a transition in so many ways. All right, but then it also said that it represents that you have wisdom, that you're able to. Let me see what it says.
These intelligent birds are a bad omen, but they are actually powerful spiritual messengers with an urgent message for you. A crow is a sign of magic, transformation, and a shift in consciousness. Let me explain. Crows exist in the space between light and dark, seeing secrets that others cannot. When one appears to you, it is a sign that a major life change is imminent. It is the universe telling you that you are about to undergo a deep personal transformation.
And we are about to go a deep personal transformation, because we're about to be changed from these vile bodies into spiritual bodies, man. All right, into that glorious body like Yahweh's, right?
Urging you to be fearless and to trust your intuition. It is a sign that you have the inner strength and wisdom to navigate what.
Yeah, we have the inner strength, the wisdom, all right, to navigate through what's about to happen, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to have the stability of thy times, man. You see? So in a way, like I said, this is more like a philosophy being said, and we could care less about it. But you gotta know how to take out the meat and spit out the bones. You see, certain things that he's saying actually lines up with what we believe through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Whatever is coming your way. It is also a call to look beyond the surface of a situation and see the hidden truth.
And we see the hidden truth. See, we're able to see the hidden truth through all the bullshit out here, man. Okay.
Confirmation that you are spiritually protected.
Yeah, and it is a confirmation, that we're spiritually protected, because the Lord, all right, has given us the confirmation that we're going to be protected in these last days. All right. And honestly, as a matter of fact, you got to think about in the scriptures, you had I forgot who was the one that was locked up. All right, but they gave him he sent the raven to feed him. Let me grab that real quick. Let me see. I think that was in 2 Kings, I want to say. Let me check it out. I think it was to Elijah. Was it Elijah? He sent a raven with food. 1 Kings, it was Elijah. Yep. 1 Kings 17. And yeah, because he was starving at that time, right? And Elijah was sent a raven that actually had food, man. And see, that's the things that's miracles that the Lord do for us. You see, that's why you got to take these things into accountability, man, and remember these things, because the Lord might do a miracle like that for us. Have a bird come bring us food in the time that we needed the most. Let's see, where's it at? 17th chapter. And it says it somewhere around here. Yeah, here it goes. This is let's grab it from 4. It says, and it shall be that thou shalt drink. I'll take it from 2. Take it from 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was in the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence and turn thee eastward and hide thyself by the brook, all right, by the brook Cherith, that it is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. You see, and the ravens is, like I said, the raven is the most smartest bird on planet Earth, man. You got ravens that are smart, crows are smart, pigeons are smart, but the raven is the smartest of all of them. So he went and did according unto the word of the Lord Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. You see? And it came to pass after a while that the brook died, because there had been no rain in the land. You see? So it's a spiritual thing to see these things for us, but it's a omen to the world, man. When they see all these damn birds, around a particular area, man, because to me it's just like the Lord is about to bring hell of death upon that area. You see? And who knows? Maybe that's why I keep seeing all these vultures around here, all these crows around here lately, because a lot of people around this area about to die. A lot of these people around where I live, it's a lot of our people, a lot of Jake, a lot of Issachar over here, but a lot of these niggas is wicked as hell. They all believe in Jesus. They all, matter of fact, in my unit alone, I tried to tell the one lady about the truth. She lives upstairs. She got 2 daughters, but she's an older lady. She tried to come up to me not so long ago. She tried to give me a little brochure to her church, and I was like, I don't do that shit. And I tried to give her a little lesson and try to lead her to somebody that speaks Spanish, because she speaks a lot of Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if she ever watched the videos that I, the followed the channel that I gave to her or not. If she didn't, hey, she turned down the word. And then there's another one that's right across from me, is some Peruvians, and they cool, but you could tell they just in their own little world. And it's crazy because my wife had a dream about them, talking about she said in the dream that ice kicked down their door, and they ended up taking the children and everything. So there's a lot of shit that's gonna happen around here, man. That's probably why there's a lot of ravens and a lot of crows and turkey vultures around my house lately, because there ain't nothing dead around here. Usually if you see like vultures, it's because there's something dead, but I see them all the time, and they're always on a particular unit. They're always on top of a particular unit, the unit across from me, and they sit on top of the roofs. So it might be very well that people in that unit gonna be they're gonna be snatched up pretty soon, or something bad gonna happen. So it's just something that I thought about coming back from the gym. And then I came across the actual video of these crows, and it definitely made me want to make a video on it real quick. So, crows are harbingers of death. It's an omen. It basically represents of what's about to come. Something bad's about to happen. A certain change, a certain shift, and all these things are happening right in front of our faces, man. So just wanted to share that. So Lord willing, you were edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Hakim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Malak.